Climbing has always been important to me. Around the age of 5, my dad introduced me into climbing. Back when I was a kid, I had always dreamed of climbing as hard as some of the elites in the Boulder area, such as Daniel Woods, Dave Graham, just to name a few. Originally, sport climbing was my main discipline, and I'd always hated bouldering. I wanted something with more moves that was taller and felt like real rock climbing. However, my attitude changed when I plateaued in high school, and bouldering in the climbing gym became a norm. I sucked at being coordinated, especially being dynamic. Even to this day, I still lacked the ability to be dynamic with my body. When I became a college student, I met Dave Graham and Daniel Woods at Movement Climbing and Fitness. And I remember Dave and I would see each other all the time there. Dave asked me to go climbing with him, and he gave me his number. He was psyched that I was trying hard climbs, but he told me to try all of these sick climbs near Boulder that I thought were out of my league, like the climb Cage Free in Boulder Canyon. I had a few friends who had done it super fast, and it took them like a session or two. It involved a dyno, which is a big dynamic move basically. At first it felt impossible, inches away every time I would try the jump move. After around 4 sessions of trying it and hundreds of tries, I got bogged down. Why can't I do this move? My dad wasn't too enthusiastic about the climb. The landing was uneven and it was sort of a dangerous climb. I kept trying it over and over until about February 15th, 2019, when I was getting super close. I was touching the top, I was hitting the last move every single go, but I just couldn't get it done, and I felt like I was getting close, and then all of a sudden there was a gap between the pads, and one go I went for it and fell, and my ankle was in between the pads, and I was trying to walk it off, but it was too late. After about a month of non-weight bearing, things were turning up. I could kind of boulder again on stuff that wasn't that tall, but my ankle kept hurting, even though the doctor said it was a sprain. I did physical therapy for 4 months before my PT said I should get an MRI. They found multiple fractures in my talus, and it was back to square one again. I spent months training in the gym, just working on trying to get strong again, wondering when I'll actually have the confidence to go back. Once I was able to walk again and eventually run, I thought it was time to go back outside and try and do more climbs. Wearing an ankle brace, I was able to tick off some of my hardest climbs. The training worked, but I did not feel confident about my ankle and landing on it. Low ball is just my middle name. Dave came back from Europe and he showed me this boulder called the Scoop. For the first time, I was psyched again on climbing outside. I would go to this boulder 2 to 4 times a week, just trying to see what I could do. I had done a v11, v12, and v13 before 2019 was over. Things were going great. Once 2020 started, I kept the hype going, did another v12. I had this thing called muscle car that was v14, put up by Daniel Woods, and I had it dialed. The whole thing consisted of a v12 and do another v12. The season ended for the boulder by the summer, and I had to move on. It was October. Things were looking just right, the conditions were right, and then it went down. I felt like there was still unfinished business. There was still cage free. I finally felt ready for it. So when the conditions were right and I had enough pads, I went for Once I had completed it, I felt this huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Like I could go and climb anything. by the end of the process, even after the huge injury, I felt way more in tune with my body.